I'm very excited to welcome my guest for on Air Acoustic tonight, JusHarry.
Yo, how you doing?
Oh no, I forgot to put your mic up. That's so great. I told you, isn't it? The way the day's going, bro. I told you, man.
How you doing?
I'm so good. I'm really, really good. You must be knackered.
Yeah, came down from Glasgow yesterday, so yeah, a bit tired, but it's the game, innit?
Did you drive it or train it?
No, we came down on the train yesterday,
Nice.
So yeah, it's been good though. Been good.
It's quite easy to get the train, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that I've got someone Scottish on. Because honestly, it's like my favourite country. Like I'm in love with Scotland. Like I said to you earlier, I got to go up to Fort William this year. Last year I was in Stirling. The year before I was in Edinburgh. All for like these jobs, and I'm just like, I just fall in love with Scotland every single time I'm there.
It's a beautiful place.
And the reason I want to kind of start off with this is because I don't really know much of the music bit in Scotland. So how are you getting on up in Scotland with the music industry?
It's a hard place to grow, man. It really is. But there's a scene there. It's growing, but it's still in the early days, I'd say. From my experience being a rapper, a hip hop artist, it's a small scene, but there's plenty of talent in it. It's just hard to branch out, hence why I'm trying to come down here and do stuff. So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of hidden talent up there. It's just hard, especially in this day and age with how much oversaturated the industry can be. So, yeah, but there's definitely a few hidden gems up there.
It's mad though, isn't it? Like, because like when you think about it, like you'll know more than me. The last person I can think of like made it massive from Scotland was Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah,
and that was a while ago now. Good 5 years ago.
6 years, yeah.
So it's just crazy. But where's he? Is he Glasgow?
Yeah, I think he still lives in Glasgow. Yeah, but he's massive.
So do you kind of like look at what he's done and then kind of go, well, where did he play and all that kind of stuff? Because I guess you're trying to find your own gigs right now.
Yeah, I think it can be a bit different being in the hip hop kind of scene, as opposed to what Lewis Capaldi does. But I guess it's all the same in some sort of way. But it's hard to say. I'm just playing the game, trying to figure out how to do it. So yeah, I'm just playing the game as best I can.
I think that's the fun part, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I'm doing the same, man. Like, it is just playing this game, like, and I guess like when you get to like that level, it gets to like, oh, it's just like another day.
Well, like his level,
yeah.
I
guess it's like, oh, you have to bring another album out. Oh, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like you can kind of branch off into anything. Like, you're still kind of, are you still discovering yourself, or are you like, actually, no, I'm very happy with where I am? I'm
still discovering my sound. I'm still figuring it out. I only started writing music 2-3 years ago. So I'm still figuring out my sound, but I know where I want to be. I know the type of music I want to make, and I know what my goal is, but I'm still figuring out how to get there and how to really fit in. But it's all just part of it. So yeah,
as they say, it's the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So for people that don't know you are a rapper.
Yeah.
Now, Scotland rapping, I would never have thought put together. I think you may be the first ever one.
No, there's a lot.
Is there a lot?
Yeah, I'm not the first.
Okay.
There's rapping in Scotland's probably been about for a good decade now, I'd say, but it's just not managed to grow to a commercial level. But I'm definitely not the first.
Because in London it's huge. Rap is huge in London. Whereas like Glasgow, I don't know, like why not? Like, why is it not kind of made it?
I couldn't tell you. That's more the audience you need to ask, not me. So I honestly don't know. But as I say, there's definitely talent up in Scotland in the hip hop genre. But it's just I couldn't tell you why it's not hit that height yet.
So here's a one for you then. So you're like, you say there's like this big like sort of like up and coming kind of thing in Glasgow. Well, London's kind of got a huge scene.
Yeah. So
does it make you feel more comfortable staying in Glasgow, doing your thing, or do you kind of go, actually, no, I want to go down to London?
No, I don't want to be, as you say, like there is a scene in Scotland, but London's so much bigger, and England and is so much bigger. I want to be in there. I don't want to just be doing it local. I want to be like an artist and to be seen by lots of people instead of just my own city or whatever. So no, I want to be down, and obviously I still want to be up in Scotland and doing stuff there, but I want to branch out to as much as I can. Because
you've already moved from home, haven't you, to Glasgow, I guess?
Yeah, so I was based north of Aberdeen. I moved to Glasgow I think it was last year, and then that's when I started taking it really serious. Before that, I was just having a laugh, I was just writing songs and putting them out. Yeah, and then I wanted to take it serious, so I moved down, because Glasgow, in Scotland, there's a lot more opportunity in Glasgow than there is for music than any other city. So that's why I moved, but there's still a lot of, the next probably target to move to or to branch out to would be London and Manchester, Liverpool, all these places. Yeah.
So going back to like what you just said, like where you said you were born north of Aberdeen. Now I've been around those areas. Like that is like a very remote area. Yeah, like, it's very quiet. Like if no one's been there, like how would you describe that kind of like where you grew up? Like it's tiny little town, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I grew up in tiny towns like north of Aberdeen, so it is remote. I don't think I realised how remote it is until I moved away. But yeah, it's a different world, completely different world. It's probably why I didn't start making music till such a late time, because you're quite in a bubble up there. You're kind of taught to do a certain thing and have a certain path like everybody. So it's probably a reason I didn't start writing and making music and really wanting to do something like this until I was in my very late teens, early 20s.
Was it hard for you to like go against the grain? Because I know what you're saying.
It wasn't, not when I started, but I think that's, as I say, why I started so late, because before that it was like, no, there's no way.
I know what you're saying.
I didn't want to get absolutely ridiculed in school.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So
no, like, yeah, I mean, when I tried to do the presenting thing, it was like, what are you doing?
But a lot of those people end up coming back when you start doing
I know.
Reads, so it's
they was like, I know, yes, that's really cool what you're doing. I'm like, I know, this is what I'm saying. But like they say, you got to be the first believer in yourself, innit? Believe in yourself, and then everyone else will believe in you. So where did it all start then, rap for you? And like, because there must have been massive inspiration for you. Like, what was you kind of watching, listening to, like, growing up?
Well, I was into hip-hop since I was like 12, 13.
Okay.
It was actually probably around the time Grand Theft Auto came out. It was all the songs on that radio. I was only like 11, 12 when that came out. And that's where I discovered like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And from there, he just released like Good Kid, Mad City, which is like the one that made him massive. And that's what made me so obsessed with music and most importantly albums, and what makes an album special and how an album flows in the story. And I was just obsessed growing up. I still sometimes look back and think, why didn't I start doing it? But I don't know why I couldn't. I can't remember why I didn't. But
everything happens for a reason.
One day I just did it. But no, Kendrick, I was listening to him for since I was about 12, 13, and then that whole group, Top Dog, and it was like Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, all them. That's where I really got it. So I was more into the American scene before I really dived into the UK scene. But as each year passed, I just grew. My library just grew and grew and grew, and the inspiration just got bigger. So
that's sick, man. I actually love that.
Yeah,
it's only because because I know how remote it is. It's hard to, because like many people wouldn't be into that where you're from, so it's really cool to find out where that comes from.
Honestly, I would say, like, when I first started listening to like Kendrick Lamar and all these people, and I had their merch, and that people in school would be like, why are you listening to that? Like, who is that?
Nice.
And then now, look how big he is. Like, everyone knows who they are. And but as you say, because it's so remote, people aren't into that up there. It's so foreign to them. But that's just how it was. It's definitely way better nowadays up there. So
inspiration happens. So that's really cool, man. So then you obviously moved to Glasgow, and now you're doing your thing, and you've brought out music. And just before, I feel like I'm just chatting to you, because I'm like, do you know what, this is what I was saying to you earlier, I just love listening to people who like have got this kind of thing. We'll play one of your songs so people know exactly what you're about. So we're gonna go with Vanta first.
Sick.
Out in the end, I just wanna ride in the city at night with you in a blacked out Benz. Money looking at me funny, I can't help how much I spend. She's in the back of my mind all day when I'm feeling tense. I'm attracting tens, and they don't have no remorse. How they move with no consent, but I like that kind of feeling. When the roof don't got no ceiling, and the juice has got you peeking. On the wall, now you're leaning, you're leaning, you're leaning, Lost my flow for a bit, but I'm back with the toes on 10. Saying goes, if you can't do this on a rainy day and stuck on trend. How you gonna rule this world without no plan to pay your rent? Lost my pen, back in a bit, down south vibe, flow like Thames. She gave me a cleanse, lifespan extended. The pray I meet my ending. This business, not friendship, I say that shit again. Me over you, him, her, who you're friends with. I had to get away, but I'm back out in the end. Eyes from the ride in the city at night with you in a blacked out Benz. Money looking at me funny, I can't help how much I spend. She's in the back of my mind all day when I'm feeling tense. I'm attracting tens, and they don't have no remorse. How they move with no consent, but I like that kind of feeling. When the roof don't got no ceiling, and the juice has got you peeking. On the wall, now you're leaning, you're leaning, you're leaning, She ain't got no halo, she wants on this payload. It's now on safe mode, hiding out like plain clothes. Tryna lay low, I just wanna fight bed house with a long driveway. I keep my gates closed. I'm lying to myself again. If this bitch want might let her in my bed again. Good, on my lips, that type of medicine. In the blacked out Benz, she be my shotgun resident.
In my feelings, I'm not feeling good. Stay out my DMs, I've been in the mood. I need a clean out, she just want my wood. Breathe in, breathe out, I need to leave now.
Cause I'm back out in the end. I just wanna ride in the city at night with you in a blacked out Benz. Money looking at me funny, I can't help how much I spend. She's in the back of my mind all day when I'm feeling tense.
I'm attracting tens.
Run it back, Cassandra.
You're leaning, you're leaning,
Hey, Micheline!
Let's just play your other song. Stop.
So good.
Right, that was Vanta from you, man.
Yeah.
That was your song. Just like, so this is like, you've got EPs, albums out. Why did you want to go with Vanta first?
Well, it was
Tonight.
just this. It's just such a chill song, you know. It's nighttime in it and just chilling. It's Vanta. I wrote that quite late on in the writing process for the project, and I just thought the project needed some sort of more chiller element. The project kind of goes from quite hyped and quite upbeat to the second half being more conceptual and stuff, so the Vanta was kind of like the middle ground going into it, like changing the tempo in the project. And yeah, it was just a chill song. It still fits in with the concept of the project as a whole, but it's just something you can bob your head to a bit and get stuck in your head. I hope so.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It is.
Yeah.
It's interesting because obviously when you're up and coming like you are, it's like, this is only like your first things, isn't it? Like your full, like, proper releases, like, out in the world.
First project I've ever put out, you know. So
that's just like, I don't know, like, how nervy is it? Like, is it exciting? Like, what are the emotions for something like this?
I think it's different to a single. A single, you know, you just write, record, put out. There's still work behind it, but when you put a whole project out that has, you know, a start, middle, and end, and it is more like you've worked so hard on it. But especially being, as you say, up and coming, you've kind of just got to expect. You can't expect things to just blow and go mad. So I think if you've got realistic expectations on how you're going to get somewhere, you need to. Once you've got that, then nothing disappoints you because you know it's coming and you just keep growing with it. So I was nervous, but to be honest, I'm just more focused on what's next. What's the next project? How can I make that better than this one? You know, that's the goal. That's where my head is at now.
That's a really good place to be, actually.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people kind of like, it's that kind of thing of like perfection, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I change that bit? Can I do that bit?
It's learning to let go. I think with this project, you have to learn to let go, or that it won't come out. You know, so
it's pretty much, isn't it? Do you give yourself like a deadline of like, I'm going to
Yeah.
release it on this deadline, so it has to be done?
Yeah, 100% all the time, because it never. If I didn't, nothing would ever come out, and I'd still be sitting here going, one day I'm going to make music, you know, because it wouldn't come out.
That's crazy.
You've got to, because then things don't grow, things don't evolve if you don't do that. So yeah, definitely.
So when you're up and coming, especially saying in Glasgow, where did you record this EP album?
It's a studio called 644 Studios in Glasgow, with Casey and Lude. Lude's my engineer. Him and Casey also did some production on it. That's where I go. That's where I record everything. That's why I moved down. Is that studio? 644 is the best, and the whole project was written, all the creative sessions, rehearsals, recording sessions, everything was done in that studio. So I would write my songs at home, come in, fix them up, record them in there.
How do you go about finding a studio? Like, do you just sort of email them, or
it's hard. I think it's different for different people. Like for me, I'd already been making music as a hobby, so I networked a bit and met people, you know, through Instagram and that, and that's how I found my home, I would say, you know.
Oh, that's nice,
that's how I found it.
Yeah, because some people, like, when you talk to them, like, they're like, oh my god, like, I met this producer and they're trying to control me about my music, and then you hear all these horror stories, but it sounds like you just sort of got lucky first time. Like, you're like, oh right, awesome, this is going to work.
Yeah, I think it's just having a healthy relationship with how much you control, and also being able to take criticism is important as well, because you can't just think, no, everything I say is the way, because then you can't grow. Because I had no musical like upbringing or history before it, so you need to, or in order to grow, you need to take advice, and you need to, like, as I say, it's healthy, believe in yourself, but also take advice as well.
That's a good one for people listening, man.
Yeah.
I like that. No, because some people aren't like, there's some people know-it-alls, man. But I like, that's what I'm saying, like, when you, like, especially with this on Air Acoustic feature right now, this is what I love, like, people in this building that we're out, they're on my side with it, but they will also go, oh, have you tried this? Have you done that?
Yeah.
So it's really nice that you get a good balance of the good, people in your good corner, if that makes sense. That's awesome for you, man. Like, but then if you come down to London, will you still go up to Glasgow to record, or is it?
If I start recording down,
it's crazy, man.
It's hard to know what happens. My team will always be my team.
Nice. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah.
Yeah, always.
I love that.
But it's just that you need to. It's hard to say. I couldn't tell you what will happen, but the people around me would always be around me. They're the ones that have helped me craft my sound so far. So essentially, I need them still.
That's so cool, man. It feels like, because I can see the way you're actually, like, because obviously radio, like, only people can hear my voice, but looking at your face, like, it kind of lights up about you talking about your team there, and I can really see the way
it's a small team,
like,
but it's a team.
hey, it's a team, right?
It's like a five-a-side team or something. You know?
Hey, I think I prefer that.
Yeah,
there's less chefs in the kitchen, as they say, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think, how about we have maybe a next song?
Yeah, cool, man.
This is Process, and we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, that's cool.
Miss me off that list, wanna say they miss me. Just rolled a and had 2 shots, I'm already tipsy. The plug pulled up in a dinger, said my man that's risky. Studio B250, but I double that's 10 times 50. Young man, how'd you get in with a contraband? Young man, just a young lad from the north of the land. Up north where you see no sun, smoke filling up my lungs. Still the same way as I was from young, delinquent and dumb. One time, she wanna get in my Calvin Kleins. And her man, hence why he chats my name online. JH on the beat is a different grade and a different line. I say one time, I said one time she made that. One time with me, she wanna get in my Levi jeans. She wanna chill, come meet my team. I dig it out and I break out. Swerving about in a 1.2, no trade that in for a 4x4. I'm swerving about with a big high beam. One time, she wanna get in my Calvin Kleins. And her man, hence why that's my name online. JH on the beat, it's a different grade and a different line. I say one time, I said one time she made that. One time with me, she wanna get in my Levi jeans. She wanna chill, come meet my team. I dig it out and I break out. Swerving about in a 1.2, no trade that in for a 4x4. I'm swerving about with a big high beams. And the bass coming out with the back of the trunk, that coming like an elephant. Outside with a flame on Zoots, a rock on juice, I'm in my element. I'm on my ones, I'm leveling. They bunched up like they tenements. Outside my door, won't let him in. Your legs don't mean shut up. So stay off your phone and go get your bitch. I'm really at home, I get in my zone. It's me on my own, so get off my I came up on nothing but pain in my heart, living out in the sticks. So I really got this, out of the mud like digging a ditch. One time, she wanna get in my Calvin Kleins. And her man, hence why that's my name online. JH on the beat, it's a different grade and a different line. I say one time, I said one time she made that. One time with me, she wanna get in my Levi jeans. She wanna chill, come meet my team. I dig it out and I break out. Swerving about in a 1.2, no trade that in for a 4x4. I'm swerving about with a big high beam.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that wasn't process. That was one time, because my computer just decided to. It just didn't want it. It just went, no, we're going for one time.
So, one time.
Yeah, it tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Nice one, man. Right, talk me through it. What's that all about?
That's just a banger.
Love that.
It was just just a banger on the project. It was produced by a guy called Senga in Glasgow. A great producer. Wrote it with him in his room one night. The hook came to me in his room, and I was like, "This needs to be a song." And then we put it on the project, and I think it's the last of like the, energy kind of tracks before Vanta, and it goes into the more chill. And it's just a braggadocious, like, I'm that guy kind of track. So
Yes.
You need some of them sometimes. So not as good. And then the video actually just came out tonight on YouTube, literally just before I got here, the music video for it, which was really fun to film as well. So
That's mad.
Yeah, that was good.
Because when you're just like, you're flying, man. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, because I meet so many people on this platform, on this feature I've got right now, I'm telling you now, man. Like, you're flying. Like, you've already got like a EP out, album out, all that kind of stuff, and then you're doing music videos, because not a lot of people do music videos.
Every song I've done so far, I've done music videos. It's probably the wrong decision financially, but that's how I've done it. And I think up in Glasgow, it's what's kind of gave me. It drew people's attention to me, because I had these visuals with the team I've got. We try and make crazy visuals as much as we can with the tools we've got. But obviously with the project, I can't do that for every track by myself. But this one was really fun to film. Filmed it with a guy called TJ. Filmed it Neuer Media in Glasgow. And then it was edited by a guy called Gawi, and Senga, who produced it, also directed the video. Did it over 2 days, me in front of this big speakers, and it's just some mad angles and crazy kind of effects. It's sick. It is.
I haven't actually watched it, so I apologise, but it only just came out.
It just came out.
I'm going to be watching that one, man. Because, but like, so I mean, just you say financially, and this is what I love about On Air Acoustic, because it is all about like the up and coming.
Yeah.
How do you go about like actually getting, like, especially even choosing the songs you want a video going on for, because you got a lot of songs out, so you can't just go that every single one.
I think I was writing, as I say, putting out singles before this, so I would just do videos for every song, because I would try and have a song every month or two come out. So I would do a video for it, you know. And then with this project, I had to pick the 3 songs that had the videos. But it's hard because music videos are great and they're fun to do, but sometimes it's not the right move, because you spend all this time and as you say, financially doing it, and it doesn't really bring much more audience. So it's hard to say that everyone's changing all the time. You never know what's right. But yeah, pick the 3 singles. The 3 singles have the videos, and then after that, everything kind of just might have some content. We'll see what happens. See how well it does. See if people want it. Really.
But it's like, sort of like when you're up and coming. Like, I know, like even like me, like, and it's about, like, for me, like, it's about getting as much content out there as possible. Yeah. Because there's so many people. There's so many people doing this.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's so like,
maybe it's not with how it is now. I think you need less full length music videos and more of the short content. That's how people want it nowadays. People with TikTok and everything in it, so people want more 30 seconds, quick, rather than sit and watch this 3-minute video. You know, it's hard. I'm still figuring that out.
God, yeah, mate, so am I. Seriously, so am I. If you find, like, if you get it, just email it. Please. Email it to me, man, because I need this thing. Like, but I know what you're saying, like the TikTok thing. But then could, like, you have the 3-minute video and then crush it down into little videos on TikTok, and then it sends it to that one.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, as you say, it's hard to figure out. It seems to change every day. Every week at this.
You're telling me.
So somebody's got the answer, please.
I know, we're all waiting for it. Yeah. But then if you had the answer, why would you give it away? So say financially, like, when you, like, so obviously you got to get, like, cameramen in, and, like, how much, like, I don't know how much you can go into it, but, like, how much sort of, where does your money go, sort of thing? Cause
it goes, like, it's hard because it's like, especially when you're up and coming, like, people understand you're not this big time artist, but people still need paid. People still need their time to be respected in that. But as I say, with a good team, people around you, you can, you know, create good content. It's honestly, I think, as I say, you should always believe in yourself, but you need that team around you that believes in you and is going to want to do it with you, that's going to invest their time because they see some sort of profit in the end at some point. But yeah, cameraman, you know, editing, what you're going to wear, what location, do you need to rent that location, you know, how you get in there, who you taking with you, who's in the video with you, like, so much can go into it. But it's, as I say, if you networking and stuff can make that type of thing easier, because then you know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
You know? It's what you know is so important. But I don't know about yourself, like, I've been in this industry a little bit, you know, a fair while now, and you know how many times you just have to do things for free? And that's what I was trying to get to, like, where many people collaborate, don't they? It's like, I know I'm not getting paid. Yeah, you're a cameraman, and you want to get to where you want to get to. Yeah. Can you then help me out? And you've got then, like, footage, and you can use my footage, and then I've got that. And you know what I mean? It's
I think you need to find people that love what you're doing, and then they'll want to do it. Yeah, you know, it's just about finding your people.
It's so hard doing free gigs.
I know that.
So our time will come. Our time will come. Right, just looking at the time. So should we just have, like, one last song from you? This is Process.
Sick.
And if you're ready, I am going to try and get this song to play. Yeah, it was playing.
I accidentally played it earlier.
Why are you not playing? It's just, I don't know why it's not playing. Yes!
It's a process, the process is necessary. I felt hopeless, that feeling's hereditary. Enjoy progress, cause progress is temporary. It's the road less traveled or the cemetery. Said it's a process, the process is necessary. I felt hopeless, that feeling's hereditary. Enjoy progress, cause progress is temporary. It's the road less traveled or the cemetery. Spent days I was scared of my own shadow. Lost pounds, I was down to the bone marrow. And Cupid was coming at me with a bone arrow. I got out by my skin, it was so narrow. And winter turns to summer. Thinking about my dad, but at least I got my mother. Thinking about my sisters while I grab the light from my brother. It's been a couple years since I spoke to some. Can't remember my granny's voice, it weighs a ton. Yeah, but it's a process. Stick to the plan, hopefully I'll see progress. It's a process, the process is necessary. I felt hopeless, that feeling's hereditary. Enjoy progress, cause progress is temporary. It's the road less traveled or the cemetery. Said it's a process, the process is necessary. Enjoy progress, temporary. I feel too much, messing with my inner child. Hitting my heart, been removing my inner smile. I've heard too many lies, no I can't let that slide. I won't damage my pride. I fear the best, I thought I had this. Also fear death, it's got me feeling anxious. Pour a couple drinks, going through them, cause I fear about my people and if I lose them. Got shame that I didn't do the things I said. Different paths I've led to a place of dread. Used to smoke a split before I laid my head, cause I'm more awake when I'm laying in my bed. Feeling blue, can't control my anger. Throw a fist to the wall, then I'll think about it after. This past year though, I've been transcending. Might have lost focus, but I found acceptance.
Yes, that is JusHarry on with Process for on Air Acoustic. The reason I'm just a little bit there because I've just actually realised why he's called JusHarry. Now, will you explain why you came up with the name JusHarry?
So I came up with the name JusHarry because I love Harry Potter. I'm a massive nerd, to be honest. I like Harry Potter, all that kind of stuff. And the scene in Harry Potter where Hagrid's like, you're a wizard. And he's like, no, I'm JusHarry. That's where I came up with it. And it's also just a good response when people, say, well, who are you? What are you about? I'm JusHarry. So
JusHarry.
It's nothing. Just me.
Oh, that is the best one ever. Yeah. And it's so good because obviously you're from Scotland and some people will be like, Vibe is in Watford and it's it's a community radio station, but now we've got the link.
Yeah.
No one can complain now because Harry Potter is big in Watford.
Yeah. I need to go to that, actually.
Now we've got the link.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm JusHarry, innit?
Yeah.
I love that. You're turning up because all I can think of he's like 8 Mile. Yeah. And everyone's kind of got it's like sort of like going like a warehousey sort of scene. It's like always those. You just turn up like I'm JusHarry.
That's how it was at the start. Like I think as well, I was in the studio one time when I first started making music, and someone said, "Is that went off?"
Was that?
Oh, I just couldn't hear myself. No, it's all good. It's back now.
Okay.
It's back.
Oh, yeah, it's back.
I was in the studio as well one time, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to call myself. And I just remember saying somebody said to me, well, if you're JusHarry, just call yourself Harry or something. I was like, can't do that. But when he said JusHarry, and it all linked with that, with the film and that. So where it came from.
No, I think it's awesome because you've dropped the T and it does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's all about like individuality thing, isn't it? The USP, what stands out.
Yeah.
You got to start with your name, man. Because
exactly.
Good. So talking about your music and everything and your name, how is the EP? Because you've dropped it's been 2 weeks now.
It came out on the 9th of October. It's doing good. It's slow, but that's what it's like being an up and coming artist. There's so many of us. But it's doing well. I think it's I couldn't tell you, maybe 100,000 streams over on Spotify, and the videos are doing all right, but just need people to listen to it as a project, because I made this to be listened to from start to finish, because the way it I wouldn't say it's a story, but it's a feeling, and it flows like that. And I as I said to you before, I love conceptual albums. So I want people to, but it's hard to get people to invest into you when you're so early on.
Yeah,
but
I know that.
people listening, go and check it out and listen to it from start to finish. I think it's 25 minutes, so it's not the longest thing, ever. But yeah, I want people to keep listening to it. Hopefully it'll pick up soon, but it is doing good, and I'm just proud of what I've put out, and as I say, just want to do the next one now, make that even better.
Yeah, but 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, well,
dude, like, you're just like shrugging it off, like, yeah, it could be better. Like, yeah, obviously it could, but like, I think you should be extremely proud of yourself to having 6 figures there.
it's hard, man, when you do this and put so much work into it. Nothing as satisfies you. No, but I am, of course, and I'm grateful for everyone that's been supporting so far. It's been amazing, especially up in Glasgow and Aberdeen and that. But I want people to hear it in different places outside of my city, and where I'm from. I want people down here, to listen to it and take it in and hopefully relate, because there's a lot of stuff in there that's quite close to me, and I hope other people can relate to that.
So what do people like back home, not Glasgow, home? Like, obviously they saw you being like, from the start, being like, yeah, I want to be like this rapper, I want to be like hip hop, and how do they feel now? Like it's all been released.
A lot of people are like so supportive. I think some people at the start are like, oh, that's so embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh, why are people like this?
That's what it's like. And some of them still are.
Oh, why are people like this?
It doesn't. It is what it is. But some of them that were like that are now like, oh, this is so. I think it's like anything in life, innit? Once it starts working to any extent, people will start being like, oh, like people. That's how it is. But most people I see, like, if I go home and I bump into them, it's great, and it's. I think people are more just shocked that I've stuck with it, and it's not just been like a couple of weeks. I put a song out one time or something. I've kept doing it because that's what I want to do. I want to be in music and I want to make music. So I think people are starting to just get used to that.
That's
up
so
there.
mad.
Yeah.
Because how do you find it? Like, because I'm doing stuff like this, and then when people sort of, obviously that the first sort of Mickey takers when I first ever did my show reel, all those years ago, and now they're kind of like, oh no, okay, you're doing things, and it's hard to be like, because I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, I told you so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, you just kind of humble, or you a bit like...
I've got a long way to go before I can say I've told you so. Like,
I was like 100,000.
No, I think I'd still got a long way to go to me before I can be like, oh, this is working. But I think just in terms of the quality of what I do is, I told you so maybe a bit. But yeah, I just think people will come around when they want, and when they see it working.
I think you'll always be humble. I don't think you'll ever be on those people because, you know what?
No.
Because you're JusHarry.
Yeah.
You're JusHarry, man. Oh, man. In here, on your notes, it says that you've done stuff in Europe as well.
Yeah, I performed in Rotterdam for a thing called New School Rules. It's like we're up and coming artists and that go and perform. And I also did So Far Sounds, which is like, they've got, So Far does things in everywhere. From America to Europe to whatever. And I did it in Glasgow, and then they invited me to do it at Massive Music in Amsterdam. And that was great. Performing to people who they do speak good English there, but maybe not their first language. And I'm Scottish as well, so see, even harder. But they loved it, and I loved that show. Was really good. It was intimate and chill, and it was great. It was right at the top of this tower. It was like on like the 50th floor.
Yeah, they do some cool venues.
Yeah, it was sick, and it was just a great experience. I'm actually doing a show on Sunday at Sketch. That's on Sunday, so if anybody wants to come through to that, please do.
Where is it?
It's at Sketch.
Whereabouts?
Mayfair. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, anyone wants to come, hit me up.
Yeah, man.
Find me on Instagram, JusHarry.
Yeah, man.
I'll get you on the list.
I would love to. I'm just going back to Amsterdam bit and like the Holland thing. I'd love to sort of see the reaction of the crowd, like when like you've come out, everyone's cheering. It's like you've sung this song, and everyone's like, yeah, and then you kind of go, you're late.
Hey, yeah, I know. Yeah,
because people must be like, what?
To be honest, my accent's quite neutral compared to a lot of Scottish people.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah, I can understand you.
Yeah, I'm quite easier. I don't know why.
But you're Aberdeen, that's why.
Could be.
I
but
understand
Aberdeen
people from Aberdeen better.
But Aberdeen, the North of Aberdeen is the worst. The
Oh,
more
okay.
north you go, the worse it can be to understand. I don't know. I think I've just, I don't know how, but I think that helps me, is that people can understand a lot more, so that helps when I'm speaking to people in different places, because it can be hard, even here in London and Watford and whatever. It can be, some people don't understand the Scottish accent. It's mad. It is
no!
mad.
Oh, believe me, like, I've worked up there like 3 years in a row, and there's times when I remember there's this guy from Glasgow, and he was like, the way he spoke to me, I was like, and I looked at this guy, funny enough, from Aberdeen. I went, what did he say? And even the guy from Aberdeen went, I ain't got a clue. I was like, well,
Man, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
I was like, hang on a minute. If you don't know from Aberdeen, then how am I going to know? But it must be so funny, man, being like, in like Rotterdam and Amsterdam, because I've heard Rotterdam's like mad. I've heard it's like where the party
Amsterdam's
goes
crazy.
That must have been mad for you, though.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. I mean, I wouldn't say it's much different to London.
Not really.
No, I think but it was a crazy experience being there. There's a lot of different things you can do in Amsterdam. It's just mad.
Yeah.
Especially being from where I'm from.
Oh God, yeah,
Fields and that.
Yeah.
So
they've got fields. They're probably just full of tulips.
Yeah.
God knows what else. But no, it's really cool, man. And you've won an award. I just wanted to finish with that one. You've won an award.
Yeah, I won Best Hip Hop at Scottish Alternative Music Awards.
Oh, nice,
in
man.
December. That was great. I think that was cool as well, because it's public voting.
Oh, nice.
So it was like
those
the
100,000 are coming to you.
No,
Man, good on you, man.
But no, it was good. It was great to win that, and the people on it were really good as well.
Nice.
So it was. I didn't expect that.
Well, congratulations to you, mate. Well, look, honestly, we've got 30 seconds left, so quickly just shout out where we can find you.
So it's JusHarry, JusHarry, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that, Spotify. Find me there, listen to the album, give me a shout.
Nice one, man. Well, honestly, thank you so much for coming all the way down from Glasgow to be here. Like,
Yeah.
not just here, but in London. Like,
Of
we're
course.
very, very lucky to have
Of
you here,
course.
man. And I wish you all the very best of your career, because
Thank you.
it's going to skyrocket. And for everyone else, I will be back